Hi there. In this video, I'll show you how to manage your batches as a cultivator. With batches, you'll be able to create batches, add plants to those batches, update the stage of your plants, print labels, document your wet and dry weights, move plants from one batch to another, and so much more. It's important to mention that a batch is meant to go from seedling to sold so that eventually the batch will be closed off. First, what we're going to do is we're going to create a batch. On the left-hand side of your screen, you'll select Batch List and then New Batch. Here, you'll be able to name the batch whatever you like. In this case, I'm going to call this my first batch. You can also add a very short description about the batch as well. Once you've typed that in, go ahead and select Save, and then OK to confirm. You'll notice that the batch is created instantly. It's also date stamped, as well as we will provide you with a system-generated unique batch serial number. Now, if you've created the batch in error or need to edit the name of the batch, you would be able to do that here by selecting Action, and of course selecting either Edit or delete, whatever is required. Now, I'll quickly point out at the top right-hand corner of this section, if you get to a point where you've got a lot of batches and you're looking for one in particular, you do have a search bar here where you can instantly just start typing the name of the batch, and what it'll do is create a short list for you. I'll also mention that if you end up having a lot of batches and you want to be able to see more than just the top 10, you can easily show more of them by selecting this little drop-down arrow and increasing the amounts to 25, 50, and 100 batches. Now let's add plants to your batch. For our existing customers, you probably have noticed a little eyeball here. This has been replaced with a little button here that, as you can see, that says View Details. I'm going to go ahead and select View Details here so I can begin adding my plants to my batch, and as you can see, the batch was just created, so it's empty. At the top right hand corner of this section, you'll see a little plus symbol with Add Batch Plant, and I'm going to add, say, some Northern Lights plants. So what I'm going to do is fill in all the information here. Keep in mind that there's an asterisk next to all the mandatory fields. So as you are typing the name of your strain, you'll enter that there. I'm just going to add 10 of these, and whether it's 10, 100, 1000, doesn't really matter. You're then going to select your grow method. I'm going to select soil. You'll also be able to select the room type, so I'm going to say that I'm growing these indoor. And my plant stage, I'm just going to select seedling for now. You can also add a short description about the plants as well, but I'm not going to for the sake of this presentation. I'm just going to go ahead and select Save. And then I'm going to go ahead and select OK to confirm my selection. And just like that, you'll notice that all 10 Northern Lights plants have just been added. What's important to note is that each plant got its own system-generated unique serial number. You are also welcome to add more plants to the same batch if you need to, including different strains. So if I wanted to go ahead and let's just say add some OG Kush. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Maybe I'm going to add 10 of those plants. I'm growing those also in soil, indoor, and they're also seedlings. Again, I'm going to select Save and press OK. And just like that, it's going to show that I've now added. I've got my Northern Lights and my OG Kush all in one batch. It's important to mention that as your plants go from one stage to the next, you do need to update that here in the software. So as you can see, all of these plants were currently set to seedling. If you want to be able to change the plants, you do have the ability to edit them one at a time to take them from, say, seedling to veg. However, that can be a little time consuming. So what we've done is we have an additional feature here that's called Bulk Stage Update. And what that's going to do is update the entire stage of the plant, or of the batch. So if I wanted to move them to veg, I would simply just select veg and update plant stage. Now before I do that, I will just quickly mention excluded serial numbers. So in the event that, say, of these 20 plants that are currently in seedling, there are 2 of them that are not quite ready to move to the veg stage, what you can do is simply either scan the barcode of those plants that need to be excluded from this move. So if there was, say, 2 of them that are not quite ready, I would either type in the serial number of each of those 2 plants here or scan the barcode. And what's going to happen is that once I update the plant stage, all plants in the batch are going to change from seedling to veg, with exception to the 2 serial numbers that I've added here. So I just thought I'd mention that. For now, I'm just going to select Update Plant Stage, and it's going to ask me if I want to confirm that record, and of course I do. And as you can see here, and I'll just expand out this view to show you that all of the plants were in seedling are now instantly set to veg. So that makes it a whole lot easier to stay on top of moving your plants from one stage to the next. Next, I'm going to show you how you can move a plant from this batch to another one. It's as simple as going next to the plant that you're looking to move and select Action. And here you're going to select Edit. It'll open the plant for you, and all you'll need to do is select the batch that you want to move it to. So if I'm going to just move it to this particular batch here, and then select Update, and then I'm going to of course select OK to confirm the move, and then I no longer have 10 OG Kush because I just moved one out. I only have 9. One thing I'll quickly mention here, if you are looking for a particular plant, you have the ability to begin typing in the serial number in this search bar here, or if you have a barcode scanner, you can just scan the barcode and it will pull the plant up. So just as an example, I'm just going to paste this here, and you'll see it'll automatically just pull up just that one plant. That'll come in handy from time to time. Next, I'll show you how to generate labels for the plants in your batch here. So all you'll need to do is select Print Labels. Here you're going to select the date that the plants either entered your facility or the date that they were born. So in this case, what I'll do is I'm just going to say that May 1st was when I planted these, so I would change the date. In the printer type drop-down, you'll have the option for thermal printer as well as non-thermal printer. A thermal printer is basically a small dedicated printer that doesn't use ink cartridges. These typically can range anywhere from as low as $100 up to several thousand. In our particular situation, we've certified the Dymo 450 as our thermal printer. However, we do have some customers that are using Zebra printers as well. A non-thermal printer as well we support. These are typically either your normal inkjet or laser printers, those all-in-one printer scanner copiers that you likely have at home or the office. So we support either or. First, what I'll do is show you how to generate a non-thermal printer, label printer. And then from here, I'm going to select the label size. For non-thermal printers, right now, the size we've certified is 1 inch by 4 inch. And then I'm going to select Generate Labels. And as you can see here, what it will do is automatically update your labels for you. And then you'll be able to print them out. Just zooming in to give you a bit of a better look, you'll see here that on the label you'll have the name of the strain, the serial number of the plant, the batch number it belongs to, as well as the date that it was born. Okay. Just canceling that, moving back. What I'll also show you now is the thermal printers, or the thermal labels. So I'm just going to come here to my printer type and select thermal printer, and I'm going to generate the label. As I've mentioned, we've certified the Dymo Label Writer 450. Here you'll be able to customize your settings. The proper configuration is 30256 shipping. And then scrolling down, your margins will be set to default, and your scale will be set to custom 75. And just like that, all of our labels are now generated. And I'm just zooming in again to show you it's the exact same information that appears on the label. And of course, you just hit print and walk away while your labels are printing. Next, I'm going to show you what happens if a plant stage is changed from either sold or destroyed. So there will be times where you're selling your plants. In other situations, the plants won't survive. So what you will have the ability to do is change the stage of those individual plants. So what I'll do here is I'm going to say that this plant did not survive. I'm going to change the plant stage to destroyed, and then I'm going to select update. And of course I'll select OK to confirm my selection. Now that plant has been removed from your batch and has been added to the archive section. So as you can see here, the plant stage has been set to destroyed and the plant is now here in archive. This is great for traceability. Now, if in the event you accidentally change the stage to destroyed and you got to move it back to the appropriate batch, you can easily do that under Action, Edit, and then from here what you'll do is you will go ahead and then just change the stage back to Veg and Update, confirm the change, and it'll then put it back right here into your batch for you. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to track your batch weight summary for your wet and dry weights. When you're ready to harvest, the most logical thing you would do is change your plant stage from flower to drying. So as you can see, everything is now set to drying, and then I'm going to come to my batch weight summary, and from here I'm able to add my wet weight as well as the dry weight. So the flower bud W weight, W weight, W weight, the W stands for wet, the D weight stands for dry. So let's just say I had 7.888 pounds of wet flour for my batch here. So I'd go ahead and enter that in, and I would select Save. 3 to 4 weeks down the road, when you're done drying and curing, you come back into your batch weight summary, and then you can put your final dry weight. So let's just say you were left with, say, 3.123 pounds of dry weight ready to be sold. I'm then going to select Save. And once it is now considered dried, it's important to understand that you will need to update the stage of your plant from drying to dried. And I'll just do that right here. Update plant stage, select OK. And as you can see, all my plants are now dried. And that concludes our video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. In terms of if you have any questions on how to design your batches, we're always here to support you. That's everything. Thank you very much for watching.